Alright, Shalom. First of all, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on 3 people that were taken to the hospital after a fire at a Dunmore home. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and the Lord's will you're edified. It says, fire destroyed a home in Lackawanna County Thursday morning. Crews responded to the place along Meade Street in Dunmore around 4 a.m. The fire chief tells Newswatch 16 that 2 people were in the home at the time and were taken to the hospital for minor injuries. He says a firefighter was also taken to the hospital for minor injuries. Video from the scene shows heavy fire consuming the home. There is no word yet on what sparked the blaze or if there are any injuries in this fire in Lackawanna County. The state police fire marshal will investigate the cause of the fire. Yep, so just more fire and more judgment from the Lord. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm, and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And that's what happened. That home got devoured by a flame of fire. And as I've said before, when the Lord sends these fires, or these storms, these tempests, these earthquakes, even if no one gets hurt, but yet a home gets destroyed, that's still judgment in itself because that was somebody's home. So even if the Lord doesn't, physically bring judgment upon someone and, upon their physical person, him having them get into a car crash or him having their house burned down or get destroyed by a storm, that's still judgment. Ecclesiasticus 39:28. They be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And when you look up the definition for appease, it means to satisfy. So these spirits that are created for vengeance are sent out every day to satisfy the wrath of the Lord who made them by executing his judgment in whatever manner Heavenly Father wanted those judgments to be executed. In this particular case, the judgment was a house fire and 3 people having minor injuries as a result of that fire. Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Yeah, so these fires were created for vengeance, whether they just destroy, whether they wound people, whether they kill people. They were created to execute the judgments of the Lord, to execute the vengeance of the Lord. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And that's what happens with these judgments. People get wounded, people get killed. Fire, storms, tempests, earthquakes, car crashes, trains derailing, planes crashing, helicopters crashing, shootings, stabbings, hit and runs, animal attacks. People get wounded and killed, and the Lord decides which side of things that person or those people end up on, whether they just get wounded or whether they get killed. And if they do get wounded, how severe? Is it minor injuries? Is it life threatening injuries? Like, how bad is it? The Heavenly Father decides or determines all of these things. Psalms 9:16, the Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands, Higgaion Selah. And the Heavenly Father executes these judgments through his spirits that are created for vengeance. And like I said, these spirits of vengeance are sent out daily to execute the judgments of the Lord. That's why every day judgment takes place. Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And it is. It is a scary thing to fall into the hands of the Lord. Like I said, people get into car crashes. That's scary. With all these planes and helicopters that have been crashing, that's a scary situation. All these fires, all these storms and tempests, all these tornadoes that have been spawning, all the flooding, the hail, the earthquakes, these are scary situations. And these are the judgments of the Lord. It's not, it's not Mother Nature. It's not random. It's not an accident. No, these are all the Heavenly Father's judgments. This is all his vengeance upon people that he's angry with. Psalm 7:11, Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And like I said, that's why every day judgment takes place. Because the Lord is angry with these wicked men, women, and children every day. Luke 21:22, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. And one of the things that's written is, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm, and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. So all the earthquakes, all the storms and tempests and fires that we see throughout the world, these are the Lord visiting. This is his vengeance, his judgment being executed on a daily basis, because it is written. And all the things that are written in these scriptures to come to pass in the last days are going to come to pass. That's why there's been such an uptick in how many storms and tempests have been happening, and how many fires have been breaking out, and how many earthquakes have been happening. Because we are in those days of vengeance. Like it says in 2 Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. When you look up the definition of perilous, it means full of danger or risk. We are in some very dangerous times, which makes complete sense given that we're in the last days. So we should expect for there to be more fires, storms, tempests, earthquakes, more wars, more power outages, more businesses shutting down, more people losing their jobs, losing their homes, We can expect more violence, more shootings, more stabbings, more racial tension. These are the things that we can expect in these last days. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Rakakudash, the Wadi Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, putting his spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to our brothers who are still firmly pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. And shalom to other sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Rakadah. Till next time, shalom.